Everyone, I'd like to call to order our May 23rd Village Board meeting. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Linda, roll call, please.
Trustee Stapleton?
Here.
Kittredge? Here. Maher is absent. McClafferty?
Here.
Shaughnessy?
Here.
Snagowski?
Here.
Okay, thank you. All right, next up, we have the consent agenda, which consists of the following. We have the approval of minutes from the May 9th Village Board meeting, as well as the approval of disbursements May 10th through May 23rd. We have a resolution R-17-22 authorizing the purchase of softener salt. We have a resolution R-18-22 ratifying and approving the final cost analysis from Lane Christensen for Well 6 emergency repairs. We have a resolution R-19-22 authorizing the voluntary employment separation incentive program. We have resolution R-20-22 approving legal services agreement with Odelson, Stirk, Murphy, Frazier, and McCrath. I need a motion, please.
So move. Second.
All right, we have a motion, I believe, by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee McClafferty to approve the items on the consent agenda. Do we have any questions or comments by any of the trustees regarding the consent agenda? All right, roll call, please.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Kittredge? Yes. McClafferty?
Yes.
Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Motion approved. Next up, we have the mayor's report, and to start, we have a very special evening. We have a proclamation for Mrs. Debbie Lynch. Why don't you please stand up? Debbie, I'm going to read the proclamation for you. Whereas in 1988, Debbie Lynch began her career in education as a second-grade teacher in Carroll Stream. In 1995, she began her career with the Lamont Brown Barrack Combined School District 113A as assistant principal for Oakwood School. And whereas during her tenure, Debbie served as principal of Central School, Brown Barrack School, and is servicing in her 19th year as principal of River Valley School, which she played a vital role in the planning and opening of in 2003. And whereas during her career with Lamont Brown Barrack School District 113A, Debbie received multiple awards, including the 2021 113A Educator of the Year, the Lamont Police Department Citizenship Award, honored by Oprah for creating after-school homework program, nominated for the Chicago Sun-Times Remarkable Woman Award for Leadership in Education, nominated for the Mercedes-Benz Award for Leadership, and awarded the Governor's Hometown Award for Lamont Earth Day Committee. And whereas Debbie Lynch has been highly involved in all aspects of school as well as serving others in the Lamont community in numerous roles and activities, she has supported the goals and contributed to the enhancement of School District 113A by her many years of experience and dedicated service. And whereas Debbie Lynch will retire in good standing from the Lamont Brown Barrack Combined School District 113A on June 30th, 2022, after 27 years of service. Now, therefore, I, Johnny Gofsky, on behalf of the entire Village Board of Trustees and the entire community, hereby acknowledge the contributions that Debbie Lynch has made to the Lamont Brown Barrack School District 113A and the citizens of Lamont during her long and successful career in education. And we wish her a long, happy, healthy, and well-deserved retirement. So Debbie, congratulations.
I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with your children and working with the fine staff that's here tonight, and having my family support me and the staff. And the hardest things I'm going to do is leave Lamont, because it is my home away from home, and it is a very special place for me, and they haven't gotten rid of me. I keep saying I'm gonna come back and volunteer and do things, so you will see me around.
Awesome.
So, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. Congratulations.
That's the boat. They like the boat. And Mayor, before everyone goes, Trustee Shaughnessy just wants to say a few words before everyone leaves, if you don't mind.
Hey, Deb, so you can't get out of here without me making a few remarks, okay? And I just want to say for the people who have put children through the school system here in Lamont, people come to this town for the schools. And that lady there is responsible for bringing the academic standards, the character of the students, all the good things that have come from Lamont. For the most part, if she was in the building, we could tell she's the reason why. And I noticed that when I was the chief of police from day one, what a special person she is. She cared for every child as if it was her own, and she took time to listen and to handle problems, not to run away or make excuses. We dealt with stressful situations. We dealt with just daily things, but Debbie was the rock of the school. And so I'm very happy that we have acknowledged you with this proclamation, but I can say it does nowhere near come what you deserve from all of us, from the parents, from Lamont. Thank you so much. You're going to be missed. I feel sorry for the person who takes your place. So, but all the best to you, Debbie. Thank you for everything.
Well said, Kevin. And again, Debbie, congratulations. Enjoy your summer and enjoy your retirement. We're going to miss you. But you never really leave, though, Lamont, right? So, okay. Well, thank you again.
I'm on my way to a band concert.
Yeah, good. Good move. All right, next up, we have a couple of mayor's mentions, items going on around town. As the month of May wraps up, we will observe Memorial Day next Monday, May 30th, in which our offices will be closed. The Lamont VFW Post 5819 will hold a ceremony on Memorial Day at 11 a.m. on Main Street at the World War II Monument in remembrance and reflection for those who have died while serving in the American Armed Services and Forces. The Heritage Corridor Business Alliance will hold the first Lamont Legends Cruise Night Show of the season on Wednesday, June 1st, beginning at 6 p.m. in downtown Lamont. The car shows will be held Wednesday evenings, except for the July 6th, and run through August 31st. Again, visit myhcba.com for more information. And that pretty much means summer has begun when we get the car shows. So those are always fun and exciting every Wednesday, as well as the soirees. In addition, the Lamont Area Historical Society will hold a walking tour of the quarries in the Illinois and Michigan Canal on Saturday, June 4th. They'll be from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Their tours are becoming quite popular, so please sign up. Call 630-257-2972 or visit thelamonthistory.org for more information. The Lamont Public Library Summer Learning Kickoff Party will be held on June 4th from 1 to 4 p.m. in the library's parking lot with treats from the creamery, and Ruby Whiskers Animal Rescue will be there as well, along with other activities. Please visit the lamontlibrary.org. Also, there are numerous other activities starting up in June, including the Lamont Park District's Movie in the Park, as well as the Sunset Soirees. When's the first one again, Linda?
June 16th.
June 16th, so check those out. Those are always fun as well. Please visit our community calendar at lamont.il.us. Also, please sign up to receive our e-news blasts through Stay Informed, located on the top right corner of our website for current information from the village. All right. Next up, we have the clerk's report. Linda, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have some information regarding the June 28th, the gubernatorial primary election. You can find a lot of the information on the Cook County Clerk il.gov website as well. But the first day of early voting is on June 13th. The last day to request a mail ballot is on June 23rd. The last day for early voting is June 27th, and the last day for mail ballot has to be postmarked on June 28th, and election day is on June 28th. And again, you can go to the Cook County Clerk website if you want to find out more information.
And
They
the
have a lot
early
of
vote
information on there.
Is that, the early voting is at the township?
Correct.
Yep.
Got it. All right.
All right. And we'll begin with ordinance 02722, amending Title 17 of the Lamont Municipal Code, the Lamont Unified Development Ordinance of 2008, downtown signage.
Okay, need a motion, please.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Snagowski, seconded by trustee Kittredge. Who's taking this one?
Jason?
Jason?
I don't know, I was playing with something, sorry guys. Trying to multitask and I wasn't doing very well. This is a fairly simple one here. This was discussed at the committee of the whole, which would amend the UDO in the historic district to allow a specific sort of blade or projecting sign. In the downtown district, we don't allow internally illuminated signs. If you remember, we had a discussion around using LED and to light up only the letters. We worked with a sign company, or Jamie worked with a sign company to come up with the language to sort of restrict it to these specific type of examples. The one we saw famously was Pollyanna Social. So this amendment does just that.
Thanks, Jason. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Kittredge? Yes. McClafferty?
Yes.
Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Resolution R2122, approving award of contract elevated water storage tank 12421 South Archer Avenue.
Need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee McClafferty, seconded by trustee Shaughnessy. Ralph, are you taking this one?
I am, sir, thank you.
Awesome.
Nice to see you guys again in person.
Good seeing you, Ralph.
Yeah. So the typical resident wouldn't know this, not paying attention, but we are needing storage for our water system. It reared its ugly head last year during the summer when we had to put the water restrictions in place due to the well going down. So this has been known for quite some time by myself and the department and the boards. And we're now moving forward with that. We've decided on the 1.5 million gallon tank. We bid out a 1 million gallon tank and a 1.25 million gallon tank. And when we plugged it all into the system to give us information on how the system would react, the 1.5 million gallon tank worked the best. It increased our fire flow on the east side of town, the pressure on the east side of town. So that's why I'm basing my recommendation on that 1.5 million gallon tank. The site was a challenge to purchase. George can elaborate on that after I get done here. But we finally got that done and we are moving forward. So 2 companies picked up the bid packet. One bidder, I don't know why the other company didn't bid, but there was one bidder and it was CB&I out of Plainfield. And the bid price was $5 million and $5,298,000. So that is my recommendation. I do stand behind the water spheroid style of tank, and again, it's the 1.5 million gallon tank. So staff recommendation is for CB&I to get the contract for $5,298,000. And that's the most money that I'll probably ever bring to you.
All right, thanks, Ralph. And just a couple items, we've talked and analyzed this quite a bit, and just want to reaffirm several of the, other aspects that went into the decision. Bottom line is we've been underutilized as far as storage for quite a few years, correct?
Yeah, between 12 and 15 years, yes.
And our storage is going to, is it double overnight? Is that?
It's going to double, yes. It's going to bring us closer to where we need to be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And in addition, the storage is needed regardless if we were to go to city or Chicago water down the road. We definitely need this. So this is,
Absolutely, yes. If the decision is made sometime in the future to go to Chicago Water, we probably will need more storage.
and last year, if we had this well, would we've had to do the restrictions?
No, I believe that if we had this tank in place last year, we wouldn't have had the restrictions for the watering.
Okay.
The well down.
Awesome. And like I always say, there's no such thing as a pretty water tower, but luckily the site we have is pretty much out of subdivisions, right? It's located, right on the crossroads of, what would that be?
Archer and Derby.
Archer and Derby, yeah. So again, and that's the property which we purchased, which will also be used for public works facilities to serve the east side of town.
Correct.
For the
A
salt as well.
possible future well, a salt dome for the snow plowing operations on that side of town, and a storage unit for the Christmas decorations that we are gathering.
Awesome, awesome. So,
Yes, quickly.
so again, just wanted to reaffirm some of those, and don't know if anyone else, I know, George, you want to talk as well.
Yeah, just, Ralph mentioned the site, a lot has to go right to construct a tower of this size or any water storage facility. You have to have the real estate, financing has to be in place, the engineering, the bidding. As Ralph mentioned, finding a site on the east side of town was challenging. That's where we needed to locate the tower. As it turned out, the site that we ended up with is probably perfect for what you need,
It
being-
is, and you have to have the elevation.
Elevation,
It's got to be operational to the system. So this is a perfect site, and it worked out well. And
Yeah, and at the nexus of where our utilities are currently, so we don't have a single line out to the tower. It'll work out pretty nicely right in the middle of town, right in where we have water facilities at, Derby and Archer Avenue. So a really nice site, and also for public works needs, as Ralph mentioned at previous meetings, we're starting to grow out east, and, even for snow plowing, other operations, everything goes back to New Avenue and the tollway, which is quite a hike during a snowstorm. So having some facilities out at this site are going to be key as well. The good with the bad, and, taking time to secure the property. Obviously, steel prices went up. Now, on the other end of it, our financing costs could not have been better. If you look at where we issued our debt versus if we were to issue it today, projected savings, I think about $1.5 million over the life of the bond. And user fees out of the water and sewer will help pay for this improvement over 20, 25 years, right, Chris? So this will be into our rate structure as we kind of continue to evaluate where rates need to be going forward. So just hitting the financing right. While steel and materials aren't escalating rapidly like they were a year and a half ago, it's still going up. So I think securing this bid today, ordering the steel, it's a complicated, long process, right, Ralph? We're looking at 12 to 18 months.
Yes, at least.
So securing the bid today, moving forward, we'll move the project forward. Thank you.
Yeah, I commend the board on supporting this project. I mean, this is going to be a vital piece of our water system 100 years from now. It just is. Once it gets built and 100 years,
Yep, sure.
So it's a big decision.
Yep.
It really is.
No, thanks, Ralph, and we appreciate all the work that went into it. And when we heard the one bid, this is very common, correct?
It
Right
is.
here in Illinois. Again, we're not the only town that's ever bought a water storage facility. So
Right.
we did our homework there. We went to the most recent ones. Some other towns kind of dragged their feet on this, and when and unfortunately, you know, for them, that they waited a year or whatever, and they're back to where they were originally, which is you only get the one bid because there's basically only one supplier in Illinois, correct?
Yeah, and the project was advertised across the country.
Yeah.
So anybody that's a elevated tank builder could have bid on the project, and it's normal to have one bid on this
Right.
type of thing.
And we looked at other cost alternatives as well, either it be, you know, cement or concrete, I should say, and, you know, again, this wound up being the best decision, so, I'm sorry.
No, just the fact that they're local, it's pretty hard to compete with somebody that's pretty local.
It is.
I'm sure if you.
It is, and there's workforce issues as well with other companies from different regions.
Got it, okay. Any other questions, comments? All right, roll call, please.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
All right, motion approved.
Resolution R2222, approving design and construction engineering services agreement, elevated water storage tank 12421 South Archer Avenue.
Need a motion, please.
So moved.
All right, motion by trustee Shaughnessy, seconded by trustee Snagowski. Anything else to add here, Ralph?
Just a little bit, thanks, Mr. Mayor. This is the engineering agreement with Novotny Engineering for that project, the water storage tank. It's for design and construction engineering. George and I have met with Jim Kankar and Bruce Hill regarding the agreement, and it's not to exceed $130,000 throughout the project.
All right, thanks, Ralph. Any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Resolution R2322, approving an agreement for a 2-year lease with the Canal Corridor Association.
Need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee McClafferty, seconded by trustee Kittredge. Jason?
Yes, This proposal here will extend the canal bike share that we currently have in downtown Lamont near the Safety Village. The director of the Canal Corridor Alliance, Anna Koval, reached out to us. They had an opportunity to pick up another 12 bikes and 12 stations. Each one of these bikes has an individual station. So one of the recommendations of the downtown parking and civic space study was to expand the bike share, particularly to have stations in the quarries area. So this will give us the opportunity to put bikes both in downtown locations as well as quarries and expand that program.
Thanks, Jason. Any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Motion approved.
See you out there on a bike, Rick.
Don't hold your breath.
Just stay on the path, not on the
Golf
roadway.
cart. You got any golf carts?
There you
All
go.
right. Resolution R2422, approving the 2022 through 2025 strategic plan.
Need a motion, please.
So move. Second.
Motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee McClafferty. Who's?
Yeah, I'll
George, you
take this.
taking
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Earlier this year, the board and senior staff participated in several strategic planning workshops with the guidance and oversight of a consultant that we worked with in the past, Craig Rapp, who's done the last couple plans for the village. So spent a considerable amount of time with senior staff doing some pre-work, also doing some surveying, some environmental analysis, and then we had a couple staff for board retreats with senior staff to outline the various strategic priorities and outcomes and targets. And then subsequent to those meetings late last year, we ended up having staff meetings that went through the initiatives that need to be planned, the action items, and that process is ongoing. But we are ready to present a formal plan for the board to react to and approve. We talked about this at the committee, the whole level. The key components of these plans are the strategic priorities, which essentially means, 3 or 4, and we chose 4 this year, key areas of focus over the next 3 years. And within each priority, you have desired outcomes, key performance indicators, initiatives and actions, and also metrics so we can kind of track our performance over time. last year we did a little bit of, or last plan, we did a little bit of sharing that with the community on a public portal. We're going to do a better job this year and do some annual check-ins, ultimately just ensuring we're focusing on the items that you guys deem to be the most important as part of the workshop series, and making sure we're hitting our targets and going through the process in order to do so. So that's the plan for here, for today. I'd like to get it approved by the board, and then we will continue on implementation.
Thanks, George.
Yep.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Kittredge?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
All right, motion approved.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Linda. All right, next up, Mike, any,
I have
Any
nothing,
attorney
I
report?
have nothing this evening, Mr. Mayor.
okay, George?
Nothing in open session. I'll have a quick item under executive session, but nothing in open, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Do we have any board reports? Staff reports?
5 million wasn't enough, Ralph?
Okay,
No?
all right. Any unfinished or new business? We're gonna get out of here before 7 without executive session, but, next up, audience participation. George, you wanna
Yeah,
handle
this
that?
is the part of the meeting where members of the public can come up and speak, and we could try to address your issue here tonight or have follow-up after the meeting. We do offer up an opportunity to email or phone call in questions or comments prior to the meeting. We did not receive any for tonight, so just I'll open it up to the public now. And if you could just state your name, so for the minute, if you can go up to the podium and state your name, and then that way Linda can get it into the minutes.
Kevin Nagel.
And president of our HOA. So Marge Gerstikas, member of the board, and you might remember me. I addressed you last week about Gallagher and Henry's infrastructure being, it's very much closer and closer and closer. And so we're concerned about leaving the place, our detention pond, the same as he found it.
The question at hand is, the plans show for different plantings to be planted in the bottom of the detention pond. And the Reclamation District said that it was Lamont's call to put that in. We talked to the engineer who approved the plans. And the people who back up to it would really like it to remain sod, not be low water plantings put in there.
Yeah, and real quick, and my apologies, I know last week our engineer was out. I talked a little bit with Mike Stillman. It's a complicated issue that requires a lot of coordination with our attorney, and also we reached out to Al Damascus as well, but Jim was out. And Ralph, maybe you can help quarterback this solution. I think what they're talking about is,
Yeah, they want it to be sad, and, I don't blame them.
yeah.
I know you're concerned, we've talked before, I was in your living room, Marge.
That's right,
And, that was a few years
when
ago.
I moved here.
So, yeah, I'll definitely get with Bruce this
Yeah.
week, and, I know you're concerned now, so I'll
And-
check
Just started
with you.
moving.
Yeah, I don't actually know the plans, and I haven't been there, I apologize, but I want to see it first.
He's putting in his infrastructure right now, so we
Okay,
figured
Yeah.
he hasn't crossed over to our
Yeah.
Okay.
detention pond there yet.
Okay, good.
But he's gonna lower the grade of it, and we understand that that's just part of the drainage in the village, but we just want it to be the same as it was.
Yeah, I understand.
And Ralph,
Get your contact information.
And Ralph, I don't want to, we're not going to point blame at the various agencies, but we've always told that now, since the Water Reclamation District approved their new water management ordinances, that they set the rules on what these ponds look like, and then we can disagree, and right, Ralph, we prefer sod.
Handcuff.
So I think for that, if it is our choice, maybe we do have the ability to enact some change, but if not, we'll clarify that for you too.
Is he just running a pipe through there, or is he actually
He's lowering it down 18 inches, and he's from debris that's gone in there over the years, 25 years that subdivision's been there. So he's got to lower it by 18 inches, and he's going to slightly increase the holding capacity of it. He's putting 24 houses up there, and he's jumping through a lot of hoops to put in some mitigation in the backyards of all those units, because it's pretty tight space. But, you know, we just want to, our townhouse development has 27 widows out of 31 units. So we would really like, you know, they really enjoy the side and looking out on it. So we just want to do the best to try to keep that for them.
Sure.
Yeah, we agree.
Yep.
Yeah, and when we met with Gallagher, we were told that, there's a new ordinance passed by the MRB. Yeah, so, and the ordinance supposedly is that we cannot put sod in the detention bottom. Okay, and so, and they were talking about plants, so I called and talked to Charles Jackson there, and he
He's an
said,
engineer.
yeah, he was the engineer who
Yeah.
created,
Yeah. One of 5,000.
yeah, but he actually wrote the permit for Gallagher. And he said that there is no such ordinance, you know, and he said it's only because of the trenches behind the individual
Well,
houses.
let me get your information right after the meeting, and then I'll follow up with
You're welcome to come to my living room again.
you. I'm so gracious. Cookies, tea.
If we found an engineer in NWRD that's letting us, we gotta keep
got
working
it.
with him.
I
And
do
his
have one
email
question.
address.
Being that they're,
Yeah, we did that.
being that they're digging this 18 inches deeper, are they worried that it's gonna be more wet more often, like where sod will not be able to be there?
Well, the Water Reclamation District did change their water management ordinance to require, like, sort of
Plantings.
plantings. With the idea that it filters through the soil better.
Sure.
And it came out of a federal decree from the EPA, so. But if there's an instance, who knows, of an established
Yeah, if we can help
system or
out,
something, we will definitely.
We appreciate you.
Understand they're
Yeah.
hard to establish.
Yeah. Well, Kevin March, thank you for coming out, and we totally get it. And,
Thanks for your time.
you know,
Appreciate it.
let us do our homework and we'll follow back up.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
And this evening, I brought some pictorials of
Very high quality,
beautiful-
Marge, I'm
Look,
impressed.
there you
Yes.
go.
We've been passing them around.
So that you can see how deeply we care about our development. And so, Ralph,
yes,
okay, we'll talk.
yes.
A lot of pressure on you, Ralph.
Thank you, thank you for your.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming out. Okay,
Anything else, Jerry? Anything?
Jerry? All good? All right. So moving on, we do have executive session. Going to need a motion to go into the executive session to discuss under Chapter 5 ILCS of the Open Meetings Act, 2C1 personnel, performance of an employee, as well as 2C6 real estate, setting the price for a lease. I need a motion, please.
So move.
I have a motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee Kittredge, to go into executive session. Roll call, please.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. Want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. There will be no decisions made after executive session, so that ends our current open session, and want to wish everyone a great week, and hopefully summer's coming soon. So, thanks again.